Help me reach 1,000 subscribes. Support the video with a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. I read every comment. Thanks. I didn't plan to catch her. That's the part people never believe. They think I followed her, checked her phone, set traps. I didn't. I trusted her. Or maybe I trusted the version of her I married 7 years ago. The one who used to text me during lunch just to say she missed me. The one who used to fall asleep on my chest and trace lazy circles on my arm, like she was afraid I'd disappear if she stopped touching me. Her name is Emily. Mine is Daniel. I'm 38. I work in logistics. Nothing glamorous. Long hours, steady pay, predictable life. Emily used to say that's what she loved about me. You make me feel safe, she'd say. Funny how safety slowly turned into boredom for her, and I didn't even notice when that shift happened. The night everything cracked open started like any other Tuesday. Emily said she was meeting her co-workers for drinks. I didn't question it. She'd been doing that more often lately. Staying out later, dressing nicer, wearing perfume she never wore for me anymore. I noticed, but I told myself not to be paranoid. That's how marriages survive, right? You give trust until it's proven wrong. I was halfway home from work when my phone buzzed. A client canceled a late call. That meant I was free earlier than usual. I figured I'd surprise Emily by picking up her favorite Thai takeout and waiting up for her. Something normal. Something good. I even smiled at the thought of it. The restaurant was packed, so I parked down the street. As I stepped out my car, I heard laughter. Her laugh. I'd know it anywhere. Loud, careless. The kind she used to save just for me. My first instinct was relief. She sounded happy. Then I saw her. Emily was standing outside a bar, not the restaurant she'd mentioned. Her hand was resting on a man's chest like it belonged there. Not awkward, not hesitant, familiar, intimate. He leaned down and whispered something in her ear, and she laughed again, tilting her head back, completely unaware of the world shrinking down to that moment for me. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I don't know why. Maybe my body went numb before my brain could catch up. I watched as he kissed her. Not a drunken mistake. Not a peck. A slow, confident kiss that said this wasn't new. That hurt more than anything. I walked back to my car and sat there for a long time. I don't remember starting the engine. I don't remember driving home. All I remember is the quiet. The kind of quiet that presses against your ears until your own thoughts feel too loud to survive. When Emily came home that night, it was after midnight. I was sitting at the kitchen table with the takeout containers still unopened between us like evidence. She froze when she saw me, just for a second. Then she smiled. That smile, the one she used when she wanted to control a situation. "You're home early," she said casually, setting her purse down. "Yeah," I replied. My voice didn't shake. That surprised me. I was nearby. She glanced at the food, then back at me. "You didn't have to wait up." "I know." I paused. "How were drinks?" She hesitated. "Barely." "Fine. Same old." I nodded slowly. "Who's he?" The room changed instantly. Her shoulders stiffened. Her jaw tightened. She didn't ask who I meant. That told me everything. "You followed me?" she snapped. "No," I said calmly. "I saw you." She scoffed, like I just accused her of forgetting to take out the trash. "Daniel, don't make this into something it's not." I stood up then, still calm, still quiet. "I saw him kiss you." That's when she exploded. "You know what?" she shouted, her voice sharp and reckless. "Maybe if you weren't so predictable, so boring, I wouldn't have needed him." The words hung in the air, ugly and alive. She was breathing hard now, eyes blazing, like she'd been waiting to say that for a long time. And then she yelled something else. Something I wasn't supposed to hear yet. Something that made my stomach drop. "Do you have any idea how long this has been going on?" She clapped a hand over her mouth, realizing too late what she'd just revealed. I didn't answer. I just looked at her, standing there in our kitchen, realizing the woman I loved had just admitted the truth she'd been hiding, and she thought I'd leave quietly. She stared at me like she was waiting for me to yell back, to slam a door, to shatter something. That's what she expected. That's what she was prepared for. Anger, tears, chaos. Anything loud enough to make her feel justified. But I didn't give her that. I stayed silent, and somehow that rattled her more than shouting ever could. How long? I asked finally. My voice was steady, almost detached, like I was asking about the weather. Emily crossed her arms defensively. Does it matter? Yes, I said. It matters to me. She rolled her eyes, pacing the kitchen like a trapped animal. Fine. Since March. Happy. March. 5 months. 5 months of lies. 5 months of coming home late, of canceled plans, of her saying she was tired while giving her energy to someone else. I nodded slowly, letting the number settle in my chest. Who is he? I asked. She hesitated this time. Longer. His name is Ryan. He works with me. Of course he did. That explained the late meetings. The sudden interest in office gossip. The new clothes. I felt stupid for not seeing it sooner. But beneath that was something else. Clarity. Cold, sharp clarity. So what now? I asked. She laughed bitterly. What do you mean, what now? You caught me. Isn't this where you storm out and play the victim? I'm not playing anything, I replied. I just want to know what you want. She stopped pacing and looked at me, really looked at me, like she was seeing me for the first time in months. I don't know, she admitted. I didn't plan for you to find out like this. But you plan to keep lying, I said. She flinched. I was trying to figure things out. For 5 months. She opened her mouth, then closed it again. No defense came. That silence told me more than any explanation could. I think, she said carefully, I think maybe we've been over for a while. We just didn't say it out loud. There it was, the quiet confirmation of what I'd already felt. I nodded once. Then I won't pretend anymore either. She frowned. What does that mean? It means I'm done, I said. Not angrily, not dramatically, just honestly. I'm not going to compete with another man for my own wife. Her eyes widened slightly. Daniel, don't be dramatic. I'm not, I said. I'm being respectful. To myself. She scoffed. So, you're just leaving? That's it. Yes. She laughed again, but this time it sounded forced. Where will you go? I'll figure out. She shook her head, incredulous. You always do this. You shut down. You avoid confrontation. I met her gaze. This isn't avoidance. This is acceptance. That's when her confidence cracked. You can't just walk away, she snapped. We have a life, a house, shared finances. I know, I said. We'll handle it properly. Through lawyers. Calmly. Her face twisted in frustration. You're acting like you don't even care. I paused, then spoke quietly. I cared enough to stay loyal while you weren't. That hit her. I could see it. Her shoulders slumped slightly, the fire dimming. For a moment, she looked almost ashamed. Almost, but not enough to take anything back. So you're really leaving, she said. Yes. I grabbed my jacket and keys. She followed me to the door, suddenly frantic. Wait, she said. Where is this coming from? You didn't even try to fight for us. I turned back to her then, truly looked at her one last time. I fought for us every day you stopped showing up. She didn't answer. There was nothing left to say. I drove to my brother Mark's place that night, slept on his couch, told him the truth. He didn't interrupt, just listened. When I finished, he nodded and said, You did the right thing. I didn't feel strong, but I felt lighter. The next morning, Emily texted me. Long messages. Apologies mixed with blame. Confusion dressed up as regret. I didn't reply right away. When I did, it was short, clear, respectful. We'll talk through lawyers. That was it. Over the next weeks, the reality set in. She moved in with Ryan. That didn't last long. It never does when fantasy meets real life. She called once, crying, saying she made a mistake. I didn't answer. Not out of spite, out of self-respect. The truth is, catching her didn't break me. It freed me. It showed me I'd been holding on to a version of love that no longer existed. Walking away wasn't weakness. It was the first honest thing I'd done for myself in years. She thought I'd leave quietly, ashamed, defeated. What she didn't expect was that I'd leave clear-headed, grounded, and done for good. And that truth changed everything.